I put it on movie.
Look, show.
Ready?
Yep.
Have it all laid out.
Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Sunday Morning Plumbing Tips with Master Plumber Marcello. Today what Marcello is going to be walking us through is replacing the fucking piece of shit valves that they put in these houses here at the villages, which one of mine is leaking now by the toilet in the guest bathroom. Ace Hardware, because Ace is the place, is where you would go to purchase the required parts. First, what we're showing here is the 63A angled quarter turn valve, half-inch CPVC by 3/8 outside diameter. This is the valve that you need. Here is what it looks like out of the bag. And one of the critical items that Master Plumber Marcello is going to cover with us is setting this valve up the proper way before you glue it on to ensure that the valve is sitting in the correct orientation for you to be able to easily connect your tubing later up to the tank on the bowl, or if you happen to replace an under sink item, to correctly orient the valve under the sink. I'll turn things over now to Master Plumber Marcello.
I'm take it apart.
Tell the folks what you're doing.
I'm taking two adjustable wrenches. One is this 6, 10. Put a pair of pliers on this side, and adjustable on this side. Actually, I'm taking it apart now because I tightened it already. Counterclockwise, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. Let's pull it out. That's what it's going to look like when it's loose. When it comes in the package, it's going to be somewhat loose, like that. So what happens is, if you glue this piece on first, take that off. If you glue this piece on first, see the little CPVC adapter in there? If you glue this first, and then you go to put this on, when you tighten it, it might end up being down or on an angle or the other way, and then your supply is going to be going like this. And once you glue this, you can't take it apart. So you want to tighten it back up. And you don't really have to kill it, just where it gets a little tight, because there's a rubber gasket in it. That's it. So when you glue it, you want to be able to put it just like that, straight up. Okay? And these are the required tools you're going to be needing to change the valve for the toilet. You have a primer glue, and make sure depending on where you go. If you go to Ace Hardware, they only sell this and this. If you go to Home Depot, they have a one-step, which is a yellow can. It'll say CPVC one-step glue, but they didn't have it, so we had to get the CPVC glue plus primer.
But Master Plumber Marcello, wouldn't you agree that Ace is the place?
Ace is the place.
Very good.
Especially if you're in the villages, because Home Depot is about 100 miles away.
Those are channel
You want
lights.
to explain these, Mr. Marcello?
Yeah. Once a toilet, if you look at the bottom, if you look at the toilet supply, you'll have a plastic nut on the top. And it'll also say toilet connector. If you get one of these, it'll say lav supply, universal lav supply, which is the chrome end. And it's a chrome one.
And where do you use these, Mr. Marcello?
Underneath the lavs. Kitchen sinks and your faucets underneath your vanities in your bathrooms.
Okay.
Done.
So, now that we're all prepped, we have all our tools ready for us, just like Bob Vilo would have done. We're ready now to go off to the job site.
Okay, Marcello, what are you doing now?
So we're shutting off the main in the front of the house or wherever your main is located. Oh, look at this. Beautiful. What is it, line?
Okay.
We're going to shut off the main in the house, depending on where your main is located. It could be in the garage, could be outside. You shut that off first. And then when you want to shut off anything closest to the bathroom that you're working on, you want to open it up so it drains some of the water out. You have it off yet? Yeah. That's so when you cut the valve off, you're not getting hosed down.
Okay.
That's it. Let it run. Let it run. Leave it on.
Okay.
thing that Master Plumber Marcello requested was like some kind of a bucket device to place underneath the valve because you're going to get a little water drippage. How is that, Master Plumber?
Perfect.
Notice he has a big, heavy old towel handy just in case we make a mess.
You have to unloosen the top nut on the bottom of the tank. Like so. Make sure the valve is off at all times when you do this. So if you do get a little bit of heavy water, you can always go like this. And then turn the valve on.
Oh, look at that. Look, he's giving head to the water. Oh, I mean it's head water.
Okay? And hopefully, this should work like we said it would work.
Marcello, what is
The
this?
pliers. Yep.
Smoke on the water.
Let me see if this comes off now.
But what are you doing now?
Put the wrench behind the pipe, behind the valve.
And what are you doing?
You have to
Just
put
like
evenly
snug it
amount
in?
of pressure
Right?
so you can pull it off. Press against the valve.
Mm-hmm.
It's not coming off.
So, Marcello, there's no, like,
Might not be
threads
that
or
tight.
anything on that thing?
No,
It's
normally
all
they
just
it's like a
plastic?
shark bite where you can put behind it. But this one might be like that, Jeff. Might be a different type of valve. Nope. So we're gonna have to cut it.
Do you want me to get a C-clamp and try to C-clamp it?
Nah, it would come right off, Jeff.
Yeah?
See, you can tell there's no play. There's no play behind there. Now, let me see something. I feel like it's. Nope. Can we cut it? You got a little saw? Little tiny little cheese saw or something? Cut it.
Well, what happens if it's not for cheese? Is it still useful?
Go ahead.
Okay.
called
Okay.
a cheese
I'll
saw.
be back in a second.
Plan B.
This is a saw. I don't cut cheese with it, but I'm hoping that Master Plumber Marcello will say this will be sufficient because this little saw device that I have, you see, it's got a little handle and you put a hacksaw blade in there. I got this at Ace Hardware because Ace is the place. Master Plumber Marcello,
thank you.
how will that do?
Perfect. Put it behind the valve as far as possible because you need all the pipe you can get coming out of the wall. Oh, there it is. Nope. Bingo.
Do you need sandpaper now?
Yeah, a little bit of something just to clean it up.
You cut your finger.
Huh?
Your thumb, you cut.
Awesome. See, G, if you didn't have enough room here, you have to take this off and put a different kind of plate on it, so you have enough room to glue. Just enough.
Okay.
Master Plumber Marcello, here's some 1-inch emery cloth that I bought at Ace Hardware for you to clean the end of the plastic pipe. While Master Plumber Marcello is cleaning the end of the pipe, I just wanted to take this time to mention a couple of other items that might be useful to keep in the house for little plumbing repairs. I have a little tube here of thread compound, and if you notice, I purchased it at Ace Hardware because Ace is the place. Another thing that's useful to have around the house, and you could purchase this also at Ace, is some Teflon tape. I just brought these out in case Master Marcello might be looking for them.
Now you open your glue. You want to put a towel on the floor and on the wall as much as possible so you're not getting the primer all over it. You're going to use the purple primer first. You don't have to go crazy, but since this is not the one-step glue, you have to use a primer.
Master Plumber, I noticed that you go clockwise, then a little bit counterclockwise. Is it important to go in both directions?
No, you do either way. Then you take the valve, do a little same thing in the valve. You close that, and you don't want that spilling. Otherwise you'll be changing a tile. And that will be another day, another episode.
But that's when Master Tyler Marcello comes.
Now you take a little glue, and you want to do this kind of quick because this stuff dries pretty quick. And you, once it's put it on there, you don't want to play around with it because you'll break the seal. So you put a little bit inside the valve, like so. Might get a little bit somewhere, but it's okay. It'll come off. This is just the glue, and dab it onto the pipe. You push it on, and you give it a little turn. A couple twists, make sure it seals good, and let it set. And that's that. Then you take a wet napkin, wipe off the little excess around the plate. And we'll let it dry for about 15 minutes or so, and then we'll be right back. Maybe a special tool for that.
Time for a commercial break now while we're waiting for the glue to set. And I just want to review a couple of things. This is good to keep around the house from Ace Hardware. Some pipe thread compound. This is something that Master Plumber Marcello is going to be using. You covered this before. But again, Ace Hardware. This is going to be the pipe that's going to feed the, I guess you call this the supply line, Master Plumber?
Yes.
And the one thing that I didn't know, that Master Plumber, he covered this before, but this is for the toilet. I never even knew that there were ones for the toilet and for the other one, you know, like he showed you for the faucet, and the difference was this plastic thing at the top. I never even knew that. I guess because you don't want to go on a wrench on that side, you'll ruin the one on the tank for the toilet. And the glues that we use, this is the brand glue that Ace Hardware carries. Now, Master Plumber covered that there's a one-step glue, but if you were going to have to buy that, you'd have to violate our oath to Ace Hardware, because we believe in going to the neighborhood hardware store where, you know, these big chain things like the one that starts with L and the other one HD and all that and everything, they just ruin small businesses and, you know, the mom and pops and stuff. So, well, we're going to sign off for a couple minutes. We'll be back as soon as the glue is dry. Thank you.
But remember,
Ace is the place. Okay, we're back with Master Plumber Marcello on the final steps of replacing our toilet valve. And what we're going to do is we waited 15 minutes for the glue to dry, and Master Plumber just verified the valve is in the off position, and I'm going to go and first shut the petcock outside that we opened up to bleed all the pressure. Then I'm going to go turn on the main to the house. Okay, I'm back. The water main is on. Master Plumber, one of the things when he went to Master Plumber School is they gave him special finger knowledge, intelligence, and
This too.
he does this too. And watch what he does. He runs his finger all around there, see if he feels any moisture, and then he brings it up to his mouth to see if he feels any moisture in his mouth.
No moisture.
Which we would expect, of course, Master Plumber, that it's going to be perfect. So now Master Plumber.
You have to take off this nut and ferrule off the top of the valve because you won't be needing it. This is only if you use a hard supply, which is a chrome supply, which you don't need here. You use a flexible one.
Now you know where Will Ferrell came from.
You pull that off, again?
Excuse me, Marcello, Master Plumber, what did you want me to do?
My helper.
What did you want me to do?
Pull
it off?
I can't grip it.
You can't grip it, so you want me to pull it off? Okay, Mr. Plumber. How was that, Mr. Plumber? Did it come out right?
Yes. We left a little on.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Plumber. I'm sorry. There you go, sir. You're all clean now.
Now you're going to take the bottom of that, which is a 3/8 supply. You're going to put it on the top of that. Just turn it clockwise. Okay. Like that. And then you're going to take this, but you're also going to hold the valve on the bottom, support it so you're not twisting it out of the wall. And again, you don't have to really kill it. Just when you start to feel it get tight, stop. That's it. Then you take the top piece, kind of bend it down to the bottom of that. And make sure you get it on right. You don't want to cross thread it. And this only gets done hand tighten. Otherwise, if you try to use a pair of pliers, you can crack the plastic. Done. Then you turn the water on. And then you do the leak check again. Voila. You have now replaced the toilet valve.
Well, Master Plumber Marcello, thank you very much. And we'd like to tell the folks at home, if you're interested in contacting Master Plumber Marcello to come and do work at your house, you can get him at www.regens.com. He is co-owner and master operator, plumber, carpenter, tiler, jack of all trades of Regen Incorporated. Now, before we close, I just want to point something out to our folks at home. If you're going to make a video like we made today, make sure you put a roll of used toilet paper on, because if you have a full roll of toilet paper on, what's going to happen is that's going to block a good portion of your picture. Once again, thank you for viewing our video, and remember, Ace is the place.